Hey there guys, it's Rick Utzer here with Airgun Web for Modern Airgunner, and this is our series on personal portable compressors. Now, the way I define a personal portable compressor is this. It needs to be relatively affordable. It needs to really be designed to fill your airgun, not necessarily a bottle, although some of the ones that we're going to look at can fill bottles. But it really needs to be designed for you to use personally to fill your airgun either in the field or in the shop. So we're going to start today with the JTS compressor. This little guy is just pretty cool. It's very, very small and compact. It's auto shut off. It has a safety valve up here, which is just a blow off valve. You have too much pressure, you blow this, you don't blow the compressor. Very, very cool. Backing that up, we have a burst disc in the back. So this has got some safety in mind because it doesn't want to blow the unit up. It's also oil splash lubricated, so it has oil in the crankcase, and that helps keep everything just running smoothly. It is auto shut off, and it does top out at 4,500 PSI. So the tests we're going to run today, we're going to go ahead and put in a test plug and charge this to its max operating pressure, and we're going to just kind of go through the operations. You guys know how that works. And we're going to time how long does that take. Now, we've also done some tests with the bottle, and we've filled this from dead zero to 250 bar, and then we drained it to 150 and topped it from 150 to 250, and I have those times for you here. I'll let you know how that worked out. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we're going to run this on 110, which means we're going to have to use the included converter. So I'm going to go ahead and hook the power up. Let me see here. All right, so we've got that running. So we'll take our hose, get that there, and we've got our leads here. This is 12 volt or 110. Again, to use 110, you have to use the converter. Now, pay attention that the red goes to the plus and the black goes to the negative. Okay, we have power. The next thing we're going to do is this knob here is just manual. We're going to go ahead and set this to test our fill or pressurize our system here to 4,500. This does max out at 4,500. Make sure I got that right. Yes, I do. All right, we'll install our test plug. Okay, now all of these compressors we're going to be looking at, save one, and really we'll get to that when we get to it. You should really never start them under load. So always make sure that you've got the bleed valve open before you start trying to make air with this. So when I turn this on, you're going to hear the cooling fans kick in, and this has got some volume to it. Just to give you a heads up, it's certainly not the quietest compressor in the bunch. So I've got a power switch somewhere here. There it is. Okay, you hear those fans? They're kicking on. Now, when I sort of hit the start button, this thing's going to start chugging. You'll hear it start chugging. It's not going to make air into the system until I close that bleed valve. So the way I'm going to do this, when I shut the bleed valve, I'm going to start my timer. Okay, you hear it? That's the compressor actually rotating in there, actually chugging along, and the cooling fans are designed to keep that cool. Okay, now we're making pressure. We're at 2,000 PSI. Three 3,000 PSI. 4,000 PSI. Okay, we're done. Okay, so very, very quickly, we got that up to operating, max operating pressure within the system to test it to make sure everything was going to work properly. Now, when we went to fill our bottle, there's a couple things you need to know on this. It does fill relatively slowly when you're talking about this much volume. So let me pull up my numbers here. Oh, I've got them right here. Okay, so these are my numbers. Before I get into the numbers, This really needs to operate on a cycle. So 15 minutes of running, 5 minutes cool down. There is no automation here. It doesn't know that it's gotten too hot. It doesn't know that it needs to have the condensate drained. These are things that you're going to have to do manually. So if you're going to fill something that takes longer than 15 minutes, you need to monitor what you're doing. You really need to drain the condensate and make sure that you let it cool down for at least 5 minutes before you start it up again. And also when you start it up, make sure you're not starting it under load. So don't try and start it with this thing already like nearly full. That's going to overwork the unit and you could wear it out prematurely. So when we went to fill this bottle from dead empty, it took a total of 24 minutes and 45 seconds. That included a 5-minute cool down. So, you know, that's not bad. To fill from flat empty to full with that break, let's say 25 minutes. To top it off from 150 bar to 250 bar only took 6 minutes. So if you're in the field and you've just been hunting, you've just been shooting, and you want to top your bottle off and then go back shooting again, you're talking about a 6-minute wait time before you can get back to the bench. That, to me, is not bad in a compressor that's this compact, this lightweight, this portable, and at this price point at $550. The JTS does a great job. Guys, that's going to be it for the JTS. We're going to move on to the next compressor in the line, which is going to be the Umrex Ready Air. So stay with us for our next episode coming up here shortly on Modern Airgunner. My name is Rick Usler. Thanks for watching.